All right. I wanted to talk about the frequencies in the key coil versus, not really in verses, but in conjunction with self-mastery. Self-mastery to me is like software. Okay? It's software to help you man the hardware. Okay? Your hardware, your body avatar, right? At least that's, the way people put it, as far as the avatar goes. But, I mean, it is. It's an avatar for your spirit. It is what it is, okay? But that's just another, I've talked about metaphors, it's just a metaphor. But moving forward, does the key coil work? Is it worth it? Without self-mastery, to me, it's like having a computer or a PlayStation or Xbox or something, right? Or TV, anything, right? Something like that, right? And you plug it up to this high-powered port that charges that thing up. It's got tons of power. That's what the key coil does. Without software, without knowing what you're doing, it's useless. Okay? People can have that power and not know what's going on or what you're doing. Just like when I used it earlier and I felt like I could fly. If I wasn't around a lot of people at that time, that would have been the perfect time for me to start practicing and working on flying. But I was around a lot of people. And, my energy was out at the roof. But where I'm getting at this is that key coil, it does help. But without knowledge, it's like leaving your computer off, your TV, your PlayStation. It's powered. It's just not anything going on in it, in the hardware. But now, if you work out, if you eat good, all that stuff will power your body. Now, what if somebody tried to do energy practice with a bad diet? Would they be able to go that far? Would they have the mental concentration? No. Their diet would limit them. Why? Because their energy would limit them. The key coil is a way of bypassing that. I don't always work out. I don't always have the best diet. I'm a truck driver. I eat good when I can, if it's available. If I go to your town and it's 12 o'clock and everything's closed, the only thing that's open is a truck stop, or not even open anything. The only thing that's open is Domino's. Well, guess what I'm having? Domino's, my nigga. Domino's. But I don't mean to say, the N word or whatever, but that's what I would eat. If I'm in a small town somewhere, if I'm in a bigger town, or if I'm in California versus, Atlanta or North Carolina or Indiana. There's different foods, different cultures, different things that are available in these areas that will provide a good diet or a moderate one. One that's not that great, but hey, it'll get you through. That is what matters. That's why the key coil works for me. It's not everything. Okay? It's merely And I'm not going to say merely, because it does an awesome job. It's like having a supercharger, all right, that can do things for you, but without the knowledge, you're not going far. The knowledge is everything. So if you don't know by now, I do self-mastery through a school called Evolve Ministry with Michael Grubb as the instructor. Excellent teacher. Excellent teacher. Me, I'm going to tell you, I believe in God, and I believe what Jesus has spoke in the Bible. There's atheists out here, people who don't want to believe certain stuff. But the science proves what Jesus said. But you have to think in terms of energy. And then you understand what he's talking about. I'm going to tell you something that is significant and yet demeaning, but not demeaning. People talk about God, right? When the Bible said God is love, love is a frequency. Everything is run off of that. Everything is created by that. It is the principle. When love is in the when love is in the environment, it supersedes everything else. Truthfully. It is the most intelligent frequency in the entire universe. Now, and I'm talking about unconditional love. Now, that energy to most people is just an energy. But that energy has a consciousness and is intelligent. So intelligent that the energy itself created all things you see here. That's God. So you can look at it as one station, one frequency, there's another frequency, and just go somewhere, hop in, da-da-da. You can look at it like something that is not significant, and that honestly does not originate with love, which would default that to be an unintelligent thought process. What's that book? Interview with the Devil. Interview with the Devil is that the frequency, and he says the negative part of the atom, but that again is another metaphor. But the absence of God, which would be, or the absence of his intelligence, is what the devil is. Technically. Not the negative portion, but the absence of the intelligence of God is the frequency of the devil. So is the devil an actual person? Not exactly. But can it embody a type of spirit? Could a frequency give its own consciousness to have a body, a spirit person? The answer is yes. That's why when Jesus died, he knew he was coming back. And God would bring him back because it is in God's will for Jesus to exist. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like, let's say a certain, if you know anything about chemistry, like you put a certain chemistry, certain molecules together, they cause a certain reaction to happen. That reaction is Jesus. It's going to happen. All right? So, is that dumb? No. Is it holy? Yes. But in a different thought process. The thought and the mind process of energy and everything being energy. Love you guys. Hold it down. Key Coil is a supplement. It's a spiritual supplement or energetic supplement. But it doesn't take place of the core teaching. You have to understand what to do. And behave accordingly. All right? Like what Jesus told you to do from the beginning. Love. Unconditional love always.